All right, hello everyone. I hope you're having an amazing Monday, March 29th. I am just going to send this out. So let me share this on Twitter. We're going to talk about the SPY, the banks, Tesla, and we have still, I'm not sure if the Suez Canal has been released. Let me turn this on over here. Not sure if the Suez Canal was fully released or not, but seems like they're working on it. Seems like maybe the full moon and the tide might have helped them to be able to release it. So hi Kawakawa, hi Bat Scientist, hey Asif. Today, I'm tired today. Last night my little one was woken up by the wind howling, and as a result I did not sleep very well, so I'm a little tired. I have a little crick in my neck because she was supposed to be open. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe they have the satellite imaging that they can show us for real, that maybe you think about it, that it really affects the trade around the world. So many people were looking to definitely release this boat so that they were able to get the money flowing around the world with shipping and everything like that. So today we're going to look at the SPY. We'll go through the indexes really quickly. We'll go through some cryptos really quickly as well. And we will be on our way. And I do have Ticker Talker again at 1 o'clock today, so keep that in mind. So we have about 15 minutes today. All right, so the SPY for today, we have these two crazy wicks, one from Friday and one from today. Very weird. Really high that we traded at was roughly 396, which we are below today. So not sure if we're going to have a bit of an inverted head and shoulders and we break out and we move to the upside, or if we have a head and shoulders this way with a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. If we break down below 393.80, likely heading down to roughly 392.50 in my opinion. Let's look at the Qs. Everything is down today, right? Everything is just sort of pulling back. Oh yeah, I have my fibs up here, messing around with them today. And watching to see, we have this big megaphone that I talked about for a while ago, and we keep hitting the upward bound. We're down below the 21 EMA. Container symbols all tanked, long on Fro and Nat both have a resistance of 0.5 or more. So APKX opening one high. They said the price will be increased 15% if it will not move. What will be increased 15%? Oh, this is actually light blue. It's like a sky. So actually, let's see. Suez Canal headlines. There we go. Says ship stuck in the Suez Canal successfully refloated. But does that mean that it's, finally free? Let's go to the news. Been freed. It still looks like it's stuck there though, right? You think they would show that it was moving. Dislodging the huge ship could take days to weeks. That was 3 days ago. 7 hours ago, the container ship has been set free. All right. Good news is that the stern is free, but the stern is free, but there it goes. Interesting. Let's play it really quickly. I wonder if there's going to be any audible.
It's the spring.
I'll just turn off that ad really quickly. Hopefully it's not a minute long. All right, we'll go back over here and whatever. So it's freed. All right, great. So that means that prices should be dropping, right? Hello, Salvatore. So if prices are dropping, then oil should likely drop too. They're going to have that surplus, but they had that, buongiorno, Salvatore, that they had that drop in, or they had the Indonesian oil explosion, right? Maybe they knew that the ship was going to be freed, so they wanted to keep the price of oil high by creating an explosion. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things that are happening right now. Yeah, I saw over 400 ships. So here we have the Russell. Russell looks like it's rebounding right now. Had a nice short this morning, pulling back down. Maybe it's going to bounce back up here. We did hit the moving averages. So it looks like this could be setting up for that rollover again. If we break up above up above here, 217.35. Let's set an alert right there. Add an alert, 217.35 to the upside. And I do have that cool app playing in the background, so you guys might feel a little like weird tingling in energy while you're listening to this, because it is set up to help improve how you feel. So I'll put the link down below. I don't have anything in the description yet. All right, Dow Jones is testing that high. Maybe we're setting up for a double top here. Volume is dropping at the moment. We are in the middle of the day, so would keep that on watch. What happens? Are we going to break out up above 331? I don't know why my levels are not there. All right, XLF is pulling back. We surged higher. This is the volume weighted anchor price from the high of the year, high ever, actually. If we go back and we look at this on a monthly chart, this is the highest that XLF has ever been. So XLF is the banks, right? If we come over here and we look at the XLF list that I have, all of them are red except for, this is the inverse, MMC, SPGI, and Berkshire Hathaway B shares. Earlier today, the only one that was green was CB. Pre-market, all of them were red. Yeah. Yeah, but it's more for the people watching than the charts. Right? Just trade the charts accordingly. This looks like a pretty high volume right at the top with big selling wick. We saw it over here, and then the next candle, higher than normal volume, right? And then the next candle, not so pretty. So maybe we're going to be coming back down to these levels. Maybe we'll come back down to this moving average right here that it likes to bounce off of. This is kind of like a fib average. It's the 161 EMA, if you guys want to put that on your chart. Great on the daily as a potential entry for a bounce zone for a lot of stocks. So keep that one in mind. All right, let's go back over to my list over here. Let's check out the cryptos as well. So we went through the indexes, we went through banks. Cryptos are surging higher. So let's look at Bitcoin on the 24-hour chart. So we have, it looks almost like a little channel right here. Right? Well, now it's testing it. Actually, that looks like that could have broken down, right? If we adjust this to be right here, oops, not that one. Let's take off that other channel and let's do this. Maybe this will head up to 65, right? 65,830. Before we see it pull back down again. But it's been riding in this channel a little bit. The other one, it looks like it's testing it. So I'd say, hey, if this breaks down below 51,000, I would be very weary and I would likely get out because of the high volatility there. Looks like Ethereum might be setting up with a bit of, we have this wedge right on the 24-hour chart. So I'd watch for resistance roughly about 1888 right here. We have algo as well. This is one potentially that could be incorporated with the new financial system. And we do have a resistance trend line right here. No sell of today. Were some news today on two of the banks about profit warning, which includes Credit Suisse. Well, you might see it. You might end up seeing it soon. We'll see. So here you can see this yellow resistance line roughly at 130. If we pull it back on a weekly chart for Algo Rand, you can see that we have an ascending triangle, right? We draw it right here. And if we measure the depth of this triangle from here to here, 28 cents. So when we break out up above 130, I would look for that 28-cent move up to roughly 158. as a potential target for Algorand. XRP is just slowly hanging out in the wedge as well. We have some resistant points as well. So it would really need to clear the 58-cent mark and then 61, and we'll likely be heading up to test that 73. And then after 73, heading up to 92, 94 area. XLM as well, one that I have on watch, riding that moving average to the upside, never really dropping off. It could pull all the way back down here though to 25 cents. That's the slower rate of growth. Oh, SPY is crossing up. All right. So we could see that this could pull back down maybe to the 21 EMA right here, or back to the trend line right there. Let's put it on the daily. Right? Or maybe even all the way back here. Let's look at XDC. So XDC is another one that is not easily accessible. This is one that could potentially also be used through the new banking system with a support level to watch right here at 0.02925, right? So it came back, it used that as support here, tested as support. If we come back down and that support breaks, likely see it pull back down to 0.0207. We also have IOTA. I know some people are checking out IOTA as well. We have an ascending wedge right here on the 24-hour chart. Cardano, looks like we have that resistance right there at 131. I move this off here. Get rid of this trend line right here. Actually, let's do this. Right there. You can see how it's really used that as a trend line to bounce off of, right? Bounce, bounce, and we have another ascending triangle. So watch for that. If it breaks out, we have a height here, 132.87 cents. So roughly that's 43 cents. So I would look for a move up to 173 for Cardano if it can break up above 130. Dogecoin has just, this is the one that Elon bought for his son, but it's just sort of gone sideways. We have a little wedge that's setting up, but very, very low volume right now. Ever since we had Musk talk about it, and then it did shoot up, but it's had really low volume since. XRP-CAD, and then Litecoin as well. So Litecoin looks somewhat similar to Ethereum, right? If we look at the two charts look fairly similar, but Ethereum looks a bit stronger, looking like it wants to test and break out right here, versus Litecoin, less expensive, similar chart pattern, but Ethereum is more up here than Litecoin, which is still faltering and back behind a little bit. It might be interesting to look at over 200 for a 220, 230, 250 test, 240, 250 test to the upside. All right, let's jump back over to the stocks. You guys like the addition of the crypto added on? All right, so on my list today, let's also check out Microsoft. Microsoft is pulling back, and we are below this wedge right here, back in this wedge, testing this trend line from the bottoms back here. Actually, I don't even know why that's there. It's not a very accurate. There we go. That's better. And this is a longer term one. So looking to see if we break down here, are we going to come down and test 227? Awesome. Thank you, Charbel. Amazon as well. Amazon really going sideways in this box still. So not convinced, in my opinion, as to what is going to happen. Let me remove that indicator. I don't know. Delete. There we go. So we had this consolidation back here. When we look at this on the weekly chart, it's not looking super good, right? We topped out and now we're going sideways right here. We're below the volume weighted anchor price. I'm going to delete this one right here, and that's probably on the daily chart. So we might be pulling all the way back down here. These are dark pool prints from back in April of 2020. Oh, thank you, Asif. Yeah. And so first on my list today was Fly. This did have high volume. Hi, Walter. And it had a big run up. I don't know if this was a buyout. I didn't look at the news today, but it had that the potential to shoot up higher. today. It had crazy, crazy high volume, so that's why it was on the list. T-cent today was on my bullish above. Let's see if we could break out up above 22, and instead it rebounded and pulled back down over here. So it did offer short after, I'd say pretty much after we started coming back down over here. We had a nice drop. This does look like it's has a bit of a, you see this right here? Can you guys tell I'm a little tired today? Right there. So sort of a support area right here, but it's almost like a megaphone. It's the other way. It's kind of like a, what's the word? Kind of like a hourglass. That's it. So it's like here it was flipped. This was support, and now it's still support, but seems like maybe it's going to pull back. Not sure. Facebook today had big volume, definitely bounced, and had a nice long trade up above 285.60 up to almost 290, 289. Apple was on my long list, but it has pulled back. Definitely watching these two price levels today. If this breaks down further, we have a bit of a head and shoulders right here. Let's pull this out. And let's see, if I zoom out, you guys might see it a little bit better. Do you guys see? Shoulder, potential head, shoulder. If we break down here, could really pull back down to the downside. Oh, hello, Stephen. We're in Scotland. I've been to Edinburgh. I was there for the Edinburgh Festival a long time ago. Also, is it Willie Leahy that's in Ireland? He's in Ireland, not in Scotland, sorry. Twitter has rebounded today, bounced up a little bit, had a nice trade up above almost $2 in the first 15 minutes, and now it seems like it's dropping off. You made 5K, and I'm still just disappointed with my trading. Walter, don't be disappointed. Be happy. Every profit is a gift, right? Nice, Stephen. All right, IQ, crazy. This is just sort of consolidating, going sideways today here between 1840, actually tightening it down a little bit closer. We could put this down to 18 today. And it came down to the support of 1660. So watching to see, are we going to see this break up above 18 and move to the upside, or break down further? Is it going to break to the upside and come back and refill the gap, or pull back down? Don't be sad about that, Walter. Be happy. All right. GSX, big short down here from 35.20, 35.50, 40 down to 33. Morgan Stanley was on my list today as a potential short, and ended up having a little bit of a squeeze. Never broke down below 75.80, but it definitely did gap down. Looks like maybe a retrace and potential rollover. NEO, continuation to the downside, bounce, and then more of a move to the downside. Let's see. We have slowly making higher lows here, so keeping that on watch. Looks like really a support area of 34.70 that needs to be tested before breaking back down to 34.20. Tesla as well. We've just seen that this H formation is setting up. They bounced it up to the moving averages and now back down below. Still watching to see if we break below 580, if we start going sub 500s on Tesla. All right, do you guys have any in particular that you want to check out? Let's see, APKX, let's check that out. APKX. Container symbols all tanked. APKX, opening when, oh, you're curious as to when that's opening? Is that an IPO today, Kevin? They'll open it when they're ready. I have no idea. It's like somebody asked me, when is the XRP lawsuit going to be done? I have no idea. I'm not in that, and it could open. I mean, it could end part of. They could relist all of XRP. They did. There's a great guy. In fact, if you guys go to Twitter, let's see if I can pull it up over here. I'll pull it up and then show it to you guys. Jeremy Hogan is the. Yeah, I will look up Fro and Nat. So this guy, Jeremy Hogan, is a lawyer that has been assessing all of the days of the trial. So he goes in, he looks at the notes, he looks at what the judge said, what the, defendants, everything like that. And he puts it all together and does little update videos. So check out his videos because he breaks it down from legal terms to layman's terms, what that could mean for the potential court case and how they could open up doors for relisting in the States. And in my opinion, the SEC is not looking at this unless there is value to it, because they potentially want to seize all of the remaining XRP knowing that it has value. Why would they want to look at something that has zero value? They wouldn't want to potentially seize it, in my opinion. So that's my thoughts on that. Okay, let's look at Fro and Nat, and then I'm going to jump on over. So Fro, we are breaking down a little bit over here. It does look like it has a support at roughly 70.36 right here, where you can see the midline of this W, and then it shot up, and it kind of looks like an M now at 736. So watch it to see if it breaks down. If it does break down there, I'd watch for an 83-cent move potentially to the downside, down to 650. All right, and then the last one will be Nat today, and then I have to jump on over to Taker Talker. All right, so Nat, yeah, Nat has had big drop back down. Yeah, the tankers are dropping to the downside. They'll likely have a lot of losses in relation to the tankers all being stuck. So thank you, Old Salt Trading. And as always, guys, have an amazing trading day. Love you all. And stay positive. Carpe profit. Seize those profits one trade at a time. See you all tomorrow.